Hello, my name is Dale Harley, president of Harley House Consultants and author of two books, The Business of Relationships and The Six Relationships of Highly Effective Organizations. Welcome to our 4-minute tutorial on government relations. This tutorial is part 4 of our 6-part series on effectively managing key stakeholder relationships. When we think of government relations, we usually think about hiring high-priced, well-connected consultants to help us gain access to decision makers. From a public sector perspective, we usually do not think about government relations at all. GR is much more than just opening doors, and it is as relevant to the public and not-for-profit sectors as it is to the private sector. By definition, government relations involves a systematic effort to influence the actions and policies of government to help achieve objectives or protect interest in a way that reflects well on the organization and the decision makers involved. When we think of government relations, we think of the private sector. A government relations program involves much more than maintaining a relationship with the local elected officials. What is required is an ongoing contact program with all politicians and senior staff. It involves creating databases of politicians at all 3 levels of government. It is about providing politicians and staff with background information on the organization and setting up meetings and tours with politicians to identify their issues and priorities and to explain the projects and contributions of the organization. These meetings provide an opportunity to put forth arguments directly to the people that will be making the decisions. It also gives the organization an opportunity to listen to what the politicians' needs and priorities are. This increased understanding enhances relationships greatly with politicians and bureaucrats. At the same time, representatives from the organizations should be sitting on the boards of directors of appropriate associations and playing a major role in the association's government relations efforts. Organizations will quickly start seeing a return on their government relations investment. Politicians, senior staff will be contacting the organization directly. For public sector organization, government relations includes the relationships maintained with other levels of government, including First Nations, Inuit, and Métis. It also involves individual departments and agencies, central agencies, and elected politicians. The federal government has made a commitment to Canadians to pursue its goals with a renewed sense of collaboration. Improved partnerships with provincial, territorial, and municipal governments, as well as First Nations, are essential to deliver the real positive change that is promised to Canadians. For individual public institutions, it is key to ensure that the government of the day allocates an adequate budget to the organization. This could be accomplished by gaining support among elected officials, central agencies, and other levels of government. This helps convince the government that funding the institution would be a wise investment by stressing how the organization is supporting the key priorities of the government. To help both public and private sector organizations maximize the effectiveness of their government relations efforts, Harley House has developed a simple checklist. For example, does your organization have an up-to-date list of municipal, provincial, and federal politicians and senior staff? Does your organization have a means of tracking government policy and program developments that could impact your organization? Do you advise individuals and organizations that contact you when it's necessary for them to register as a lobbyist? To assist our clients manage their stakeholder relationships, Harley House Consultants has developed a series of resources. Our virtual Managing Stakeholder Relationships course examines how to assess, build, and rehabilitate the key relationships that impact every organization. In addition to the course manual, participants will also receive a complimentary copy of The 6 Relationships. 1. Thank you for watching this brief video. Please go to Chapters Indigo to order your copy of The 6 Relationships of Highly Effective Organizations. To learn more, to download a free PDF working draft of The 6 Relationships, or to watch 6 brief tutorials on each of the key relationships, please go to harleyhouse.com.
You could also contact me directly at 613-882-5684 or Dale at harleyhicks.com.